Hi, this is order of operations with parentheses. This time we will not solve an exercise, we will compose one. We have here a simple expression, 1 plus 2 times 2. The way it looks, the student must first solve the multiplication and then the addition. What if we want to force the student to solve the addition first and then the multiplication and still be correct? How would you tell him in mathematical language that we want first this addition to be solved before the multiplication? Exactly for this, the mathematicians invented the parenthesis. If we put here a parenthesis and another one here, that means this addition must be solved first before the multiplication. What about the rule that says we have to do a multiplication first before addition? Well, we don't break that rule, you just add to it. Where you have parentheses, you must first solve what's inside them, even if that means applying the rule inside the parentheses. You'll see in a moment what I mean. Let's push this even further by adding 1 to everything and then multiplying 3 with everything. In order to do that, we must close this expression in a parenthesis. Now we run into a bit of a problem because in this area we don't really see which parenthesis pairs with the other one. So to make it more clear, we change the exterior parenthesis into a bracket like this. This way everything is more clear because we are sure that this bracket closes here and this parenthesis closes here. What is the first operation we solve? Of course, what's inside the parentheses. We copy everything else and solve what's inside the parentheses. 1 plus 2 is 3. When you have a number inside a parenthesis, the parentheses are useless. You may get rid of them. Next, what's now the first operation we do? Next, we have to solve what's inside the brackets. But inside the brackets are two operations. Which one of them is first? You know the rule that says the multiplication is done first, before addition. So we apply this rule inside the brackets. 3 times 2 is the first one to go. So 3 times 2 is 6. We just copy the 1. Now we have a bracket with an operation inside. We must solve it. 6 plus 1 is 7. We just get rid of the brackets now. 3 times 7 is 21. This is the answer to the exercise. You can stop and look at it again. Now let's remember what was the new part here. Well, the new part are the brackets. When we have brackets and parentheses inside the brackets, we first solve the parentheses or what's inside them and then the brackets. Let's see now how the parentheses can change the value of an expression. We have here almost identical expressions. 1 plus 2 times 2. Let's solve the first one. 2 times 2, 4, plus 1 is 5. Let's solve the other one. We have to solve first what's inside the parentheses. 1 plus 2 is 3, times 2 is 6. You see how a parenthesis can change the result of an expression. Let's solve this exercise now. 9 plus 6, everything divided by 3. We have a parenthesis here, we just have to solve what's inside it. 9 plus 6, 15. Divided by 3 is 5. Now let's change the exercise and change the place where the parentheses are. Let's put them here to make the division first, like this. Now we expect a different result. 6 divided by 3 is 2, plus 9 is 11. Let me tell you a story about hens, roosters, and eggs, and about how the parentheses can change the value of an expression. First expression we have is 2 plus 2, everything multiplied by 2. 4 times 2, it's 8. The second one, 2 times 2, it's 4, plus 2, it's 6. Let's solve the first one and see what it is this in real life. Let's say we have 2 hens and 2 roosters. But inside the parentheses are the number of birds. So you see, the parentheses interior, it signifies something, is the number of birds. Let's say we have to feed the birds. The birds are eating corn seeds. 2 corn seeds each. To find the number of corn seeds we need, first we have to find the number of birds. That means we have to solve the parentheses. 2 plus 2 is 4. So we have 4 birds times 2 corn seeds each. That is 8. We need 8 corn seeds to feed all the birds. That's why we need the parentheses here. Let's see now when the second form is useful in real life. Let's say we have 2 eggs from yesterday, and today we have 2 hens. Each hen makes 2 eggs each day. We have to calculate the total number of eggs. First, we do the operation from parentheses. That means the eggs from today. The quantity in parentheses means eggs from today. Today we have 2 hens, each hen 2 eggs. That means 4. Then we add the eggs from yesterday. That is 6. The total number of eggs we have now is 6. You see, parentheses are not just some abstract mathematical things. They are useful in solving problems reality gives us. Question: can we remove the parentheses from this expression? The answer is yes, because we have a multiplication inside parentheses and we must do the multiplication first anyway. So we might as well leave this expression without parentheses. The result will be the same. But can we remove the parentheses here? The answer is no, because in the parentheses we have addition, and addition is solved after multiplication. If the parentheses would not have been there, we would have been forced to solve the multiplication first. That means 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. But with parentheses, the result is 1 plus 2, that is 3, times 3, 9. Another type of exercise requires us to fill in the parentheses to make the equation true. In this instance, we have 2 subtractions. Which one of them must be done first in order for the result to be 15? We have 2 ways to do this. First way is to do first 20 minus 10. Second way is to do first 10 minus 5. Let's check out and see which one of them gives 15 at the end. In the first case, 20 minus 10, minus 5 is 5, not good. Second case, 10 minus 5 is 5, out of 20 is 15. This is good. We found the solution. This is the correct way to put the parentheses here. And now let's solve it. If we have the parentheses, we must solve the interior of the parentheses. 10 minus 5 is 5. 20 minus 5, 15. That's it. Let's see now another real-life example where the parentheses are needed. For example, I would like to buy 2 math books and 3 literature books. Each book costs $2. What is the total amount to pay? Let's see. We have 2 math books and 3 literature books. Each costs $2. 2 plus 3, we have 5 books in total, multiplied with 2. Inside the parentheses, we have the total number of books. Let's solve it. 2 plus 3 is 5, times 2 is 10. We have $10 in total. Let's use our mathematical muscles to solve this. We have 6 times 5 and 2 plus 3. Divided between them, times 4. First, we solve what's inside the parentheses. And first of the first, we solve the left one. 6 times 5 is 30. Then we solve the next one. 2 plus 3 is 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6 times 4 is 24. This is the final result. Remember, don't solve anything that has a parenthesis near the operation sign. You always solve operations near numbers, like here and like here. Let's solve now a problem about brothers and, of course, use of parentheses. Mary has collected 20 apples from the garden. After that, she discovered that 4 of them were rotten. So, she discarded them. Now, she has to split her apples with her brother, Tom. That means everything split in 2. You see, the total number of apples are inside parentheses, and everything is divided by 2. How many apples she was left with? Let's do the math. First, we solve what's inside parentheses. 20 minus 4 is 16 divided by 2. We don't need the parentheses anymore, so 16 divided by 2 is 8. You see, Mary now has 8 apples for her. This is the end of our lesson. We learned about parentheses and brackets. We learned that first we solve what's inside parentheses, then we solve what's inside brackets. If there are multiple operations inside parentheses, we solve them following the rule multiplication and division first, followed by addition and subtraction.